Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you. Just depending where you are in the world. We're here live in London. We're doing our nighttime devotion. The devotional is called Conflict and Courage. The title today, The Work Lying Nearest. Luke 16:10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. God had bidden Elijah anoint another to be prophet in his stead. Elisha, the son of Shaphat, shalt thou anoint to be prophet in thy room. He had said, and in obedience to the command, Elijah went to find Elisha. Elisha's father was a wealthy farmer, a man whose household were among the number that in a time of almost universal apostasy had not bowed the knee to Baal. Theirs was a home where God was honoured and where allegiance to the faith of ancient Israel was the rule of daily life. In such surroundings, the early years of Elisha were passed in the quietude of country life, under the teaching of God and nature and the discipline of useful work. He received the training in habits of simplicity and of obedience to his parents and to God that helped him to help fit him for the high purpose he was afterward to occupy. The prophetic call came to Elisha while his father's servants was with his father's servant. He was ploughing in the field. He had taken up the work that lay nearest. He possessed both the capabilities of a leader among men and the meekness of one who is ready to serve. Of a quiet and gentle spirit, he was nevertheless energetic and steadfast. Integrity, fidelity, and the love and fear of God were his, and in the humble round of daily toil, he gained strength of purpose and nobleness of character, constantly increasing in grace and knowledge. While cooperating with his father in the home life duties, he was learning to cooperate with God. By faithfulness in little things, Elisha was preparing for weightier trusts. Day by day, through practical experience, he gained a fitness for a broader, higher work. None can know what may be God's purpose in his discipline, but all may be certain that faithfulness in little things is the evidence of fitness for greater responsibilities. Every act of life is a revelation of character, and he only who is small in small duties proves himself a workman that needeth not be ashamed, can be honoured by God with higher service. The title again, The Work Lying Nearest. Now, what does that mean? Elisha basically was a shepherd. The work lying nearest basically means he did the work that was required of him to do on his family's homestead. Where does it say that? While cooperating with his father in the home life duties. He used to work in the fields. He was ploughing the field. He used to do his home, look after the home, the land, the animals, whatever it was they did as farmers or whatever they did there. He looked after his father's estate. And while doing that, which might seem to be meek and lowly because you're not making money, you're not wearing a suit, you're not mixing with and having to buy cappuccinos and Americanos and having the latest mobile phone, all of that isn't needed when you're just working at home doing homework. You don't have to go out and get a job and pay bills and stuff if you're pretty much self-sustaining at home, if you can be that way. And this is what we should aim to be. But Elisha was that person who was content to do the work at home that was required to do at home. Every act of life is a revelation of character. Look at yourself in the work you do. How prideful are you to do the work you're doing? Are you in a position of responsibility and power over other people? Do you lord it over other people? Or are you gentle and caring with other people? Even if you are responsible and you manage them, doesn't mean to say you have to treat them any differently per se. And if you do, then there's something wrong between you and that person. One way or another, there's lacking respect, and this is what you need to work out. But other than that, he who is happy in doing the small duties is a workman that need not be ashamed and will be honored by God for the higher service. In this world, the purpose in this world is just to get through. It's not to get through the best, the richest, the nicest clothes, the biggest house, the best car. It's to get through. And no matter how you get through, don't look at society. Society is egging you on to have the best phone and the latest phone and the car and the house and the most beautiful wife or husband and the most beautiful children, the best children, highest achieving children, highest achieving career position. Life is not about that. Yes, we strive for that to get more money, to have a more comfortable life, but the comfort here is temporary, and you really need to get your head around that. You have to get your head around that. Because one way or another, you end up in the same hole as everyone else, and only those that are worthy will reach the goal.